Welcome to Calculus Corner, a series where I solve your math problems here on my channel. Posters in the comments and maybe I can get to it next time. This time we're talking about finding an equation of the tangent line at 0, 0 with the equation f of x equals 7x plus sine of 2x. But before we get into this, let's go over what the tangent line really is. So why do we have tangent lines? Well, they're to help us find the slope of lines that really don't move in a similar way. Here this line g of x is a straight line, and we could say that since it's moving to the right 10 and up 10, the slope is just 1 over 1. But f of x is moving very differently. We have a different slope over here than we do right here. Or we have a negative slope along this side while this is positive over here. This slope is ever changing. And so what if I said I wanted to find the slope at this point right here? What would that be? Well, it's not going to be the slope over here. It's not going to be the same as the slope over here. It's only in this one spot. And the tangent line is what helps us see what that slope is. And so that's what the tangent line does for us. We look at a graph where we can't tell what the slope is overall, and it tells us what the slope is at one specific point. Now, how do we find the tangent line of this equation? Well, the equation for a tangent line is the same as any other line, y equals mx plus b. So what information do we need to find this tangent line? We need the m and we need the b. What are these values? Where m is the slope, which is what we find from the derivative function. So we'll have to take the derivative of that original function and find the slope at x equals 0. And the b is going to be the y-intercept. Here, we know the y-intercept is at 0 because our point is starting at the origin. So we know what b is, all we need to do is find m. And to do that, we are going to take the derivative of the original function. So we find the derivative of 7x plus sine of 2x is 7 plus cosine of 2x times 2. Right? This derivative function I'm sure you all know. 7x derivative is just going to be 7 because this x just goes away. This derivative is a little more complicated. We need to use chain rule, which is basically we take the derivative of the outside, we leave the inside the same, and then we multiply by the derivative of the inside. How does that play out? Well, the derivative of sine is cosine. Then we leave the middle alone, that's 2x, times 2 on the outside. That'll be 2x derivative out here. And that's simpler written as 7 plus 2 cosine of 2x. We can just bring that 2 to the front. That's how we properly write it. Now that we've got our derivative function, we just plug in 0 because that's the point where it starts at. And we're going to find what the derivative is when we plug in 0. And that simply comes out to 7 plus 2 times cosine of 0. Then, to solve this, we just need to find what's the cosine of 0. So, the cosine of 0 simplifies to just 1. And then this equation becomes very easy to solve. F prime of 0 equals 7 plus 2 times 1, which just equals 9. And what does that tell us? Well, the derivative function tells us the slope. So that tells us the slope is 9 at an x value of 0. And we also know that the b value is 0 because that's what it was given at the beginning. So our tangent line is y equals 9x plus 0. Thank you for tuning in to my first edition of Calculus Corner. Please leave your own problems in the comments and maybe I will get to you next. Like and subscribe, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.